Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath. My name is JB, and I just want to first of all say thank you. Parents, kids, you guys are up right now. You are up in the morning, and whether you're watching in your bed, you're in the living room, watching it alone or with people, you are tuning in and you are worshiping with us this morning, and that is something to be acknowledged. So, happy Sabbath. Thank you for tuning in. We usually do our names of thank yous at the end of our program, but I do just have a name I'd love to shout out in the beginning because they were watching with us last week and they've been watching with us, and we've been seeing on our Next Gen team. They've been tuning in a little bit more, so we want to say happy Sabbath and hello to Penelope and Jose. We hope you guys are tuning in this morning. Happy Sabbath. Yeah, we just enjoy and we appreciate you guys' company. So parents, as you know, we keep our lesson plan on relove.church. So for this week's lesson and the activities and crafts or coloring pages, they're all on a downloadable link on our church website, relove.church. It's scroll down to say Next Gen Sabbath School Lesson. We'd love for you to be a part of our service. Okay, kids, I have a question. So, Teacher Yasmin is gonna have a lesson about a man named Noah. So some of you guys might know who he is, some of you guys might not, but I won't spoil it, but I have a question, okay? So Noah was asked to do something, or he was asked to build something, and he was living in a world of a lot of craziness, like there's a lot of crazy things happening around them. And so when they were asked to do this thing and build this thing, I can't imagine that their kids and everyone in their family was feeling scared, and so what do you think, and I'm thinking, what do you think that their kids, since they were not feeling so scared, what did their parents do? What did their mom and their dads do to make them feel a little bit more safe? Well, let me ask you. I want you to type in the comments or in our YouTube comments or Facebook. Let me ask you the same question. What does your parents, but more specifically, it is our Mother's Day weekend this Sabbath, so what does your mom do to make you feel more safer when things are just scary? Things are crazy, things are scary in the world, and what does your mom do to make you feel a little bit more safe? Think about it. Type down your answer below, I'll give you a few moments, and let me tell you what my mom does to make me feel a little bit more safe. So, ever since I was a little kid, well, first of all, I look like this. That's me. Can you see that? That's me. I was a little kid back then. So, when I was a little kid, ever since I was a little kid, I always received hugs and kisses from my mom, and there was a point where I did not like it. I hated it. I was like, Mom, you don't need to do this anymore. You're doing it in front of my friends. I don't even want these hugs and kisses. I am a big kid. Stop it. And then fast forward, I went to college, I moved away, and then here I am. I moved back with my mama, and then she still does these hugs and kisses. And you know why? It's because she makes me feel safe. She makes me feel safe when she does those things because she goes out to work so much and I don't know when I'm gonna see her, and before she leaves, she always gives me hugs and kisses. And I realized I'm a big kid now, but I still really love and appreciate every time my mom hugs and kisses me because I feel so much more safer. Or let me give you another example. Now, since I'm in school all the time, I'm in my room. My mom is always just working too. So before she leaves, she gives me the hugs and kisses. But also, she'll just knock on my door and then she'll just say, hey, make sure you eat. You haven't eaten yet. So she'll always remind me to eat, and she sometimes just gives me food when I don't even ask for it. And I'm like, whoa, I'm in my house. There's a lot of crazy things happening, but I still feel safe. Thanks to my mama. So those are some of the things my mom does to make me feel safe. So again, we want to hear what you guys and what your mom does to make you feel safe. Put in the comments below, okay? Myself, all the teachers of our church are listening, and we're watching and we're commenting, and we want to hear, what does your mom do to help you make you feel safe? So we got an awesome worship program, like I said, but before we get to the lesson, we got this song service. So wherever you are, standing up, sitting down, in your bed, get ready to sing some songs from the Olivaria family. They are awesome. They are so musically talented, and we want to say hello to them. So let's give a warm, happy Sabbath welcome to the Olivaria family. Hello, everyone.
Happy Sabbath. We are the Olivarias, and we're so happy to be worshiping with you this morning.
I'm Obed.
And I'm Zadie.
This is Zohani.
And
Zoe.
Zoe. What's our first song that we're gonna sing today, Zoe?
My God is so great, so strong and so mighty.
Our first song is My God is So Great. Join us.
My God is so great, so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do
For you.
My God is so great,
So strong and so mighty. There's nothing
my God cannot do.
for you.
The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His
My God is so great, so strong and
so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you.
Our second song is Down in My Heart.
My
Okay, ready? I've
got
the joy, 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 joy in my heart.
Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart.
I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where? Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I have love Jesus in my heart.
And I'm so happy, so very happy.
I have the love of Jesus in my heart.
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Down in my heart. Down in my heart.
I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart.
Where? Down in my heart to stay. And our last song
is Lord, I lift your name on high.
I left your name on it.
All right, ready? Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. My destiny from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Let's try one more time. Lord, I lift. Here we go. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way from the earth to the cross. I dare to pay from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Yeah, happy Sabbath, church.
Happy Sabbath. Thanks for singing with us.
Hi, my name is Coach Morgan, and that's Kingston James Morgan. And it is now time for opening prayer. Please bow your heads and close your eyes. Lord Jesus, I hope all of this ends, and everyone could everyone is fine, and all of this ends, and everyone doesn't need to worry, and everything's gonna be fine. Amen. Now it's time for today's memory verse. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God.
Good morning, Relove kids. Now, I know you all know me as Teacher Sabrina on Sabbath mornings, but during the week, I work for another company, and the name of my company is Letna Roofing. Now, today, I decided that I'd like to take you to my company and just give you a little bit of idea of what I do during the week. You ready to see? Come on. This is the company that I work for, Letna Roofing. We build roofs for buildings. This is some of the product that we use, that we store at our company. And way back over here is our mechanics. Over here is our sheet metal department. This is our mechanic shop. I am the safety coordinator at our company. I make sure that when the workers go to a job site, that they are prepared safely to work. This means that they must wear their proper clothing so that they are safe. The equipment that they bring is the proper equipment, and also to make sure that they've been trained to work at a job site. It's also very important for them to make sure that they have their water so that they are very well hydrated in the heat when they're working on top of a roof. If you were going to start a company for God, what would you name your company for God? Let's see what some of our friends decided to name their company.
Hi, my name is Kennedy. Welcome to #Spiritual Square. My name is Casey.
My name is LJ.
If you were to start a company for God, what would the name of your company be?
Super God.
Say that again?
Super God.
Super God. That's pretty cool. I like that. I was curious, if you were to start a company for God, what would be the name of your company?
God's love.
God's Love.
God's
Wow.
loving.
God's loving or God's love?
God's loving.
In our new company for God, we're going to have to fill some positions. That means that we might need a president, a vice president, secretaries, office workers, receptionists, and field workers. Let's pretend that we're going to put an ad in the newspaper asking for different qualities to come into our new business for God. What are some of the qualities that we're going to ask for?
And today we're looking for some new employees to expand our business. And we need you. Here are the ingredients you will need to be an employee. First is sugar. Sugar is going to represent sweetness. Jesus loves it when we're sweet to each other. And if you're sweet, we need you. Now we have rainbow sprinkles. These sprinkles represent that everyone is unique and that Jesus loves everyone, down to the last sprinkle. The next ingredient is going to be nutmeg. Nutmeg reminds us that it's okay to have a little bit of spice. And lastly, we have flour. Flour represents Jesus because Jesus holds our lives together. And just like how flour holds our treats together. And now, here's a memory verse that we can remember if we forget our ingredients. It's found in
John.
chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. We can't wait to see your applications. Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
What are some of the skills
Yes.
that people would need to work for your company?
Pray to God. Read the Bible. say if we did something wrong, say forgive me, and yeah.
Now, what type of skills would you look for if you were to put it in the newspaper ad?
People that are intelligent, people that are nice and generous, people that are really good at being kind and patient to other people,
Okay.
and people with really good skills on the computer and the camera sets.
Computer skills, camera sets.
And we need people that are really good with food sorts so we can give it to the homeless people.
All right. Would they need to know any scriptures or?
Yes, they would. They will need to know Psalm 91 and other verses. I'll put it down below on the description.
All of these suggestions are some great ideas. It looks like our Company for God is gonna be a huge success. I can't wait to start building our new Company for God.
Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Yasmin. I am so happy to be here. I miss you so much, and I can't wait for us to be together at church again. In the meantime, I have a story to tell you about a very special man. But before I do that, I have a question for you. Is there something that your mom asks you to do that you always drag your feet on, or that you take your time? So maybe she asks you to do your bed, and it's 2 hours later and your bed is still not done and it's a big mess. Or maybe she asks you to get off the TV or get off the video games, and you say something like, "But why, Mom? I'm having such a good time. Can I just have 5 more minutes?" Or maybe she asks you to do the dishes and you say like, "Well, we're not gonna eat until lunchtime. Why do I need to do the dishes now?" Well, I have a story to tell you about a man who was asked to do a very special job. So, let's start. Okay, this man, you'll know the story right away as soon as I say his name. His name was Noah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Noah today. But maybe a little bit different than what you're expecting. So God had created the world. He made this beautiful creation, and he was very happy when he finished making it. But as time went by, people stopped loving God, and they started doing things that weren't okay. Parents didn't teach their kids about God. They stopped loving him. There was a lot of violence in the world. People were hurting each other. God looked around and he was very sad. He was sad about what he had created, and he regretted what he had done. He looked all around the world and it was just bad. He was so sad about it. He found one man, though, that still loved him. And that man and his family, like we just said, was Noah. Noah and his family loved God and they obeyed him, and they still followed all of the rules that God had set for them. And so God went and he talked to Noah and he said, "Noah, I'm really sad about the way that the world is right now. I'm sad that I made people. And so I want to start from scratch. I want to start all over again and build a whole new world." And so he told Noah that he was going to bring a big flood, and that the flood would destroy the whole world and clean it up and make it brand new again. And so he gave Noah some very specific instructions about something that he wanted Noah to do. Do you guys know what that is? I'm sure you know. Yeah, God asked Noah to build a big boat, and that would keep Noah and his family and all of the animals safe from the flood. And so God gave Noah some very clear instructions about what he wanted this ark to look like and how he wanted it to be built. So he told Noah that he wanted it to be this high. Do you know how high this high is? Okay, he wanted it to be as tall as one of our 4-story buildings. So you know how our church is 2 stories, it's 2 floors? Okay, so he wanted Noah to make the ark as tall as 2 churches on top of each other, one church building and one church building. Can you imagine how tall that would be for a boat? And do you know how long he asked Noah to make the ark? He asked Noah to make the ark as long as 1.5 soccer or football fields. That is a gigantic boat. 1.5 soccer fields or 1.5 football fields? That's huge. And then he also told him to put 1 door on the side and to put an opening by the roof all the way around so that they could get some light and some fresh air. So God was very specific about what he wanted Noah to do. And he gave him this job. He gave him the job of building a big boat. And so because Noah was part of God's family and because Noah loved God, he did his will. He did everything that God told him to do. And so one day, at one point in our lives, God will tell us, will tell you what he wants you to do, or he'll show you what he wants you to do. So let me give you an example of that. Myself and Miss Sabrina, we are teachers. We teach you about God. We teach you to love God. We teach you about the Bible. And we do it because that's our job. Pastor Seth's job is to teach grown-ups. He teaches the grown-ups about God and about the Bible, just like we teach the kids. There are other people in our church that have some special jobs too, like Dr. Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell's job is to heal people. She helps sick people feel better. Let's see. And there are people, and then the praise team, you know, their job, they sing for God and they sing for Jesus. And that's how they serve God. And then Mr. Keith, he is the person that puts these videos together every single week. Mr. Keith has a special job too. His job is working in film and video production. You wouldn't normally think that that is a job where you would serve God, but he is using his talents and his skills to make this video happen. Thank you, Mr. Keith. And so one day you will know what your special job is. Maybe you already know. Maybe you are learning to play the piano and you'll play the piano at church one day. Or maybe you're really good about helping your friends feel better when they're sad. And so maybe when you grow up, you will help people feel better by letting them talk about their feelings. Or maybe you'll be a lawyer, or there's so many different jobs that you could have. And so what God wants you to do is to serve him by doing his will. So when you find out what your special job is, you do it and you do it happily. Yeah? Okay, so when we are part of God's family, when we love God, we do his will and we will do the job that he asks us to do. Well, boys and girls, I hope you learned a little bit more about Noah and about his special job and how we're all asked to do something different and unique, and we do it because we want to serve God. So now, to close this service, Hunter will be giving us our prayer. Thanks, boys and girls. Bye.
Jesus, I love you. I miss you. I love you.
Okay, this is the time of the program where we are done. Thank you so much for worshiping with us. Just a few announcements for you today. We do have our weekly calendar schedule online. So if you look on our Facebook group, we have what we do during the week. On Tuesdays, for our kids aged 8 and below, we have something called Prayer Pals. So we go on our Zoom meetings. I lead this out with some of our other teachers, and we're going to be praying together as a church family. So tune in to our Prayer Pals. It's early in the morning, Tuesday mornings. And on Fridays, for our preteens and youths, we have our weekly Vespers for the month. So join us on our Zoom link is going to be also on our Facebook group. All of our information is Relove Next Gen. It's going to be our Facebook group. We want to stay connected with most of our parents on there. And if you don't have a Facebook or you don't really Facebook at all, message us right now in the comments, and we're going to get to you personally, and we're going to give you a way and figure out ways to let you know and let you in to these events that we're doing throughout the week. Don't forget, everyone, next week is our family scavenger hunt. It's going to be hosted on Zoom, and so all we have to do is that you're going to have your phone or your laptop, download the Zoom app, and we're going to give everyone a list before we start, and we're going to be playing a scavenger hunt. So I'm going to be giving out another video of another instructions throughout the week. We're going to post it on our Instagram and our Facebook, explaining how is it going to look like. But don't forget, it's next Saturday. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, and now we have a few people that we always love shouting out. Every time you guys are tuning in with us, you're commenting and saying hello when you watch our Sabbath School service. We always love to just hear you guys out and say your guys' name and say hello. So we want to say hello to Penelope and Jose, Sam and Arnetta, Alberto, the Galangs family. Hi Naomi, hi Evelyn. We want to say hello to Kayla, Brianna, Steven, and Ella, and then Ella's cousins are watching. It's Bryson, Jatahiga, and Logan. They're all watching in Idaho with Kendi. Hello, good morning, happy Sabbath, everyone. Kayla, Angelie, Natasha, Sarah, Gracie, and Margie. Hello, good morning. Hello, Isaiah. Martha Rios, Terry, and Rita, they're watching over from Arizona. Happy Sabbath. Jackie, Angel, and Isabella, and Dylan, good morning. Happy Sabbath. Joyce, Joan, Lucas, Amalei, Obed, Zadie, Jazzy, and Jojo, Justin, and Shalea. Oh, I'm sorry, Justin and Shalana, happy Sabbath. Thanks for tuning in. And Abby. So those are just some of the names we got to say hello and we got to see in our comments on YouTube and Facebook. So church, it has been an awesome time with you. Happy Sabbath, happy Mother's Day, and stick around for our church service that's happening in just a few minutes. We will see you next week. Have a good week, everyone. You guys are gonna go crazy for 3 seconds. Amalei, Lucas, I want you guys to go crazy on your sound. I know your parents might not like this, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna allow you all to do it for 3 seconds. Okay. Wait, not yet.
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah. You've been crazy for 8 years, so you don't need to.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You guys gotta go crazy on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm done. Good job, Kennedy and Casey. You guys were so calm. That was so funny. Okay, you guys. I miss you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and a good Sabbath. You know, we'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys tune in for the Sabbath school tomorrow. And you guys have a good week. Be safe and stay hydrated, okay? Everyone give me thumbs up.
Love you, David.
Love all y'all.